Report here on Friday, June 20, what is it, June 16th,
No,
17th,
dude,
14th?
it's Friday, June 19th.
It's not the 13th? Oh, it's Juneteenth Day?
I thought that was the 13th.
No, it's June 19th. Are you going down to...
No. Bro,
what is it now, half a block? It used to be like 12 blocks until...
listen, I've seen the videos posted on Facebook, what happens at these block parties. I don't need to be a part of that.
It's not in Walmart.
No, but pool parties and stuff.
No, there's no pool involved. It's Juneteenth Day. There's no water.
Of course.
Well, it's Feedback Friday, folks. This is Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Octavius, Tiberius Hero. And let's get right down to the feedback. And this is what we do on this show is we talk to you about the things you've told us on our prior broadcast. And David, about those prior broadcasts, they're somewhat infrequent, comparatively speaking now. So let's go to our first comment, which came from YouTube. This came from Quilvio. That's a great name. Quilvio Lopez, QL we'll call him. Who says, and I quote, "These monthly videos are pointless. You guys need to go back to weekly shows. Do one show on cable and then 3 on YouTube." I appreciate that comment, actually, and I wish that we could or would.
I'm not useless.
I'm sorry?
I have a purpose.
Oh, pointless, he said.
Oh.
Pointless. You rarely do make a point. So that is true. But look, here's a refreshment, if you will, of what we said back in January as to our reasoning for going once monthly. And by the way, don't forget, we expanded to 1 hour once a month. So technically, we're only doing 50% less of the content time.
Right, for the same price.
For the same price, yes. So $9.90 free?
Yeah, exactly.
$3.99, that's what it is, free $99. But anyways, yes, we are once a month on the eve of previously announced and scheduled WWE pay-per-view events. No, we did not do a show for Elimination Chamber because we did not have the scheduled airtime because WWE added that show at the last minute. So while we appreciate the fact that you did want to see my beautiful face, we were not able to do that. But we said back in January, I said back in January on Facebook, Twitter, social media, YouTube, everywhere.
Pinterest.
that the business has changed, folks, and it's changed for not such a good way. The business, the wrestling business, from our standpoint, from a lot of your standpoint, is not as exciting as it used to be. It doesn't warrant a weekly show from us anymore. Sorry to be harsh, sorry to be blunt, but that's the fact, that's the truth. And oh, by the way, it does cost us money, time, and resources to do this show on a weekly basis, so why not make it special, make it big, and do it surrounding the biggest event of the month, which is the WWE pay-per-view event on the WWE Network on the eve of that show. It makes solid business sense.
So what? Q, because I can't pronunciate.
Which again, a good comment from QL. I appreciate the question.
But what he's saying is he would rather us be on every week.
Yes. And 3 on YouTube, 1 on TV.
And talk about Sheamus versus Randy Orton, Dolph Ziggler versus Wade Barrett, and New Day versus Matadors for 3 straight weeks. Yeah. Because the matches never change on Raw. Oh. Right?
Well, look, maybe it's best summing this up about the business. And going back to a man who knows much about the business, Jim Ross, good old JR, who said on his blog last week, and I quote, "Some feel that we are allegedly in a pending boom period in wrestling because there is so much TV product available on a weekly basis. Does average, at times at best average, TV product indicate boom to anyone who actually thinks about it? I think not. The product is by and large overthought, and those in creative charge seemingly feel compelled to take a tried and true product, and put their personal fingerprints on it as if they were going to be the one who is forever known as changing the wrestling business forever. The wrestling business changed forever when the territories died, due largely because local promoters got lazy and complacent and did not want to move into the modern era of marketing and producing TV programs. Plus, they stopped developing new young stars. Blame who you want, but the territory system stopped doing what brought them to the dance, and that was featuring new stars and compelling rivalries that were based in easy-to-understand, common-sense storylines produced in a weekly, episodic television. Plus, the talents back in the day were, by and large, better storytellers than we are fed today, with some exceptions. An essentially easy-to-watch, non-complex hour of TV that virtually anyone could understand and enjoy was what worked best for many of us lifers. Where have those days gone? That's from Jim Ross.
You know where they've gone?
Where have they gone?
To the Twitterverse.
The Twitterverse.
That's where all the discussions are.
Really?
That's where all the experts survive.
You spend a lot of time on social media, Twitter and such.
I do, because I feel it's my job to enlighten the ignorant masses.
They're not all ignorant.
I didn't say all. I said the ignorant masses.
You did say the ignorant masses,
yeah,
yes.
I didn't say all of the people out there. I just said the idiots.
You did. Okay.
That question the truth and logic of what the professional wrestling business is truly about.
Such as?
It's about selling tickets.
Really?
It's about making money. It's about creating stars, and no one does that better than the WWE. And
well, they just created Kevin Owens.
And say what you want about John Cena being boring, the same, uneventful. He still gets the largest reaction from the audience anywhere.
As he did this past Monday night in New Orleans.
You put John Cena on the marquee, his name alone sells out the building.
Yep.
You put, and this is no knock on the rest of the roster, pick 6 names on the marquee. That doesn't include John Cena. You're not going to fill.
Well, I mean, let's be fair
You're
here.
not going to fill a 10,000 seat building.
Let's be fair. There's one more person who can fill the building, and that's Stardust. Put him on the marquee. It's all good.
Sure.
It's golden.
He's filled buildings, locker rooms. I like Cody Rhodes. I don't like Stardust. I just think the way he treated
Cody Rhodes is dead.
The way he treated his brother was terrible. But
Stardust or Cody?
Stardust. But you're getting off topic.
I'm on topic.
WWE creates brands. They created Hulkamania, Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior.
It's old.
Steve Austin,
old.
The Rock,
Old.
Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart.
Old.
Kurt Angle.
Old.
DX.
Old.
Mick Foley.
Old.
John Cena. The problem is that the fans don't. The people that are cheering for Kevin Owens is a vocal minority.
Okay.
Okay? The kids in the front row are not cheering for Kevin Owens. They're cheering for They're cheering for John Cena. They'll cheer for Randy Orton.
Why are the kids in the front row not cheering for Kevin Owens?
Because they don't like him. They don't know who
like
he
him?
is. They don't. They don't want to be him.
Why would they not want to be him?
Because John Cena is a cartoon character superhero. He's on Fruity
like
Pebbles.
Ant-Man?
He's in
How's that movie getting made? Or how'd that movie get made
It's
and get
Marvel.
released?
Marvel has an amazing theater.
Sorry, I'm taking you off topic.
Yeah, you are. And little Jimmy in the front row, and this is no, listen.
Did you know R-Truth isn't in the ladder match?
That was awesome. but seriously, little Jimmy sees John Cena in the Scooby-Doo DVDs.
Uh-huh.
They see his action figures.
He's a larger-than-life
star. They see him on the cereal boxes, okay? You don't see, what cereal box is Kevin Owens going to be on? Raisin Bran? and that's no knock.
2 scoops.
And that's no knock on. Listen, I don't know Kevin Owens to not like him. What he's done has been fantastic, and there's a reason why he's in the spot he is, because obviously he's put in his work. Okay?
But I understand, though. We're going to have a very deep discussion on Kevin Owens tomorrow night on Prime Time. Well, I understand you wanted to continue to talk about the Twitterverse, so I don't want you to go too far into your tangent on Kevin Owens, because you have a lot of splaining to do there, Lucy, about Kevin Owens, because he is the latest darling in the likes of CM Punk and then the likes of Daniel Bryan. So we'll do that tomorrow night on Prime Time in a special in-depth segment. Of course, that's at 10 p.m. Saturday night, tomorrow night, on My 24 Milwaukee and right here on YouTube. But the Twitterverse, and I understand you got into a little tennis ball match with a 10-year-old on Twitter the other day.
I'm hoping he was 10 because he was that ignorant. But then what does that say about me arguing with a 10-year-old? You know what I mean? But I mean, the fact is like, you know, one of the comments was he doesn't like John Cena because when John Cena lost to Daniel Bryan, he complained that his elbow was bad. Remember when he had the softball bump on his elbow?
He was legit injured.
Yeah. And then, or when he lost to Kevin Owens, he was tired. It's fake, okay?
It's a controlled situation with a premeditated outcome.
John Cena knew going in he wasn't going to win, and he didn't use his elbow as an excuse as to why he lost. Someone shows me an elbow or a softball in their elbow, I'm going to believe them that they're hurt.
But let's be truthful. A lot of times those things are added into stories to justify the reasoning for a win or loss.
Right, but John Cena put over Daniel Bryan how many times?
Does John Cena does John Cena have to lose to anybody right now in the business? Does he have enough status, I guess you can say, whereas he can go out there and win every match and it would make sense?
John Cena could lose to Zack Ryder tomorrow and it would not hurt his career.
Right, exactly.
Okay? So by losing...
Wait, what are you saying about Zack Ryder?
He's irrelevant. He hasn't been on TV.
He was another darling, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then he put him on TV and then everybody shut up?
Guess he wasn't ready. He wasn't. He wasn't ready.
Okay, push him off the stage.
And listen, Kevin Owens is a great heel. He is going to be a fantastic...
I thought I saw Kevin Owens at the gas station.
Doomsday. He's going to be a fantastic Doomsday to Superman. But we all know what happened. Well, I don't want to get off track again, but we're talking about Twitter people. Get a clue, okay? Just don't watch the last 5 years. Go back to like the 70s and like get current and see how the business is run and how stars are made.
That's how the business was run and how stars were made.
Yeah. You still make stars the same way. They have to resonate and there has to be a connection with the fans.
The fundamentals of the business have not changed.
No.
The ancillary things around the business have changed.
Right.
Social media being a key part of that, where WWE is touting how they have 500 million subscribers on Twitter, which is interesting. I was listening to Live Audio Wrestling with our dear friend, John Pollock, and he said...
He's named after a fish?
I'm probably saying it wrong. He's Canadian. They said...
That's Arda.
Who? They said, would you rather have 500 million followers on Twitter or the multi-$100 million television contract that Major League Baseball has? And I think if you're WWE, you'd rather have that television contract.
You can't compare wrestling to Major League Baseball.
You can't, but WWE touted the fact that they had more social media followers than Major League Baseball, than the NBA, than the NFL. Which, it's an accolade worth doing.
No, it is, but I'll be honest, I think a third of them are idiots.
Let's finish this with this. I would like you to, this past Monday, Dean Ambrose was, he was playing a pink flute. Was it a flute?
That sounds, on Bourbon Street, it could be.
He was also riding a mechanical bull, and he did all this with the WWE Championship belt. But here's the brilliance of what WWE did in the same regard of their social media success. And David Hero, I'll let you explain how they again manipulated their audience, including the haters.
You can rip WWE all you want, say that they're out of touch. But what they did is every time they showed
the saxophone, actually.
Okay, the flute sounds better. The pink flute sounds way better.
Is that a club of some sort?
I wouldn't know.
That sounds like a place where you go in the room in the back and
pink flute. What they did is they would post the picture on their Instagram account and say, "Is that Instagram?" So what did you do? You went to the Instagram account. You probably clicked follow to see the rest of the pictures of Dean Ambrose on Bourbon Street, walking around with the belt, and then you would see an occasional Lana picture or two. But they created more followers.
Those Lana pictures?
I don't think those are on their Instagram. Oh. You know, she looks different.
That's it, David Hero. Tomorrow night on Primetime, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a loaded show. It's Be the Booker for Money in the Bank, which should be an interesting show to fantasy book, if you will. We'll have an update on the 2015 PWR draft. We go in depth, spend several minutes talking about Kevin Owens and David's opinion of the character, the presented character on WWE television that is Kevin Owens. Talk a little bit about Ring of Honor and TNA and Destination America, which now has resulted in a very loaded Wednesday night of wrestling programming. And of course, all the latest from WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, as mentioned before, and more. We're also got free tickets to meet Kevin Nash, all happening tomorrow night on Primetime, a full hour on My 24 Milwaukee. So until then, folks, for that one, this is Damian Nelson saying thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow on Primetime.